You think your dog sleeps with you because they love warmth. You're wrong. And when you find out what's actually happening, what your dog is doing while you lie there unconscious and completely unaware, you will never look at them the same way again. This isn't sentiment. This isn't the kind of thing people say to make dog owners feel good about letting their pet hog the blankets. This is biology. This is evolutionary science. This is the story of a bond so ancient and so complex that modern researchers are only now beginning to understand its depth. Every night when your dog climbs into bed beside you, something extraordinary begins. And it has almost nothing to do with comfort. 1. In their eyes, you are the one who needs protecting. Here's the thing that will humble you immediately. You think of yourself as the protector, the provider, the one in charge. But in the primal logic that still runs beneath your dog's domesticated surface, the pack's strongest members don't sleep in the center. They sleep on the edges. They sleep between the group and the darkness, acting as a living shield between the others and whatever the night might bring. When your dog positions themselves between you and the bedroom door, they are not choosing the spot because it's comfortable. They are choosing it because they have assessed the situation and reached a conclusion you need guarding. They have placed themselves in the path of any threat so that whatever comes through that door reaches them first, not you. The creature you sometimes scold for eating socks has silently appointed themselves your personal sentinel, and they take that appointment with complete unwavering seriousness. 2. While you sleep, your bodies are having a conversation. This is the discovery that stopped researchers cold. When a dog and a human who share a deep bond sleep in close physical contact, their vital signs begin to synchronize. Heart rate, breathing rhythm, the slow oceanic rise and fall of deep sleep. They begin to match, one body mirroring the other across the boundary of two completely different species. This phenomenon is seen between mothers and newborns, between long-term partners who have shared a bed for decades, and now between dogs and the humans they love. Evolutionarily, this synchronization served a purpose of staggering elegance. If a threat appeared in the night and one member of the pack's heart rate suddenly spiked, the rest of the group felt it immediately through the shared biological rhythm and came awake all at once. Your dog isn't just sleeping next to you. They are staying tuned to you all night long. 3. They are running temperature control on your body without you knowing. A dog's body temperature sits between 101 degrees Fahrenheit and 102.5 degrees Fahrenheit. That's several degrees warmer than yours. When they press against you, that warmth isn't passive. It's responsive. Watch a dog over the course of a night and you'll notice something extraordinary. They shift. They reposition. They press closer when you lose heat and pull back just slightly when you run warm. They are acting as a biological thermostat. Not because they were trained to, not because they consciously decided to, but because something deep in their wiring says keep the pack at optimal temperature. Keep them safe. 4. They know you're having a nightmare before you do. Think about the last time you were startled awake by a cold nose or a gentle paw and realized you had been in the grip of a dark dream. That wasn't coincidence. Nightmares announce themselves to a dog's senses long before they announce themselves to your consciousness. Your heart rate accelerates. Your breathing fragments. Your muscles twitch. Your sweat releases a specific chemical signature driven by cortisol, the stress hormone that to your dog's 300 million olfactory receptors reads as clearly as a distress signal. And so they intervene. They pull you back. They break the cycle. Your dog is in the most literal biological sense a dream catcher. Standing guard not just over your body, but over the landscape of your sleeping mind. 5. Every position they choose is a tactical decision. A dog does not flop into a random spot on the bed. Every position back pressed against yours, curled at your feet, draped across your legs, is a calculated act of protection. When they sleep back-to-back with you, they are covering your blind spot and offering theirs to your coverage in return. It is the animal version of I've got your six. A dog at the foot of the bed controls the low ground, monitoring the most accessible approach to the sleeping area. A dog tucked into the hollow behind your knees is ensuring that the most vulnerable part of your body during sleep is guarded by their warmth and their weight. What looks like your dog getting comfortable is actually your dog getting strategic. 6. Even asleep, they are awake for you. Here is something that should genuinely astonish you. Even during deep sleep, even when they're twitching through their own dreams, your dog's hearing and smell remain active. Their brain is running a continuous filter. Known sound, known sound, known sound. Unknown. The hum of the refrigerator doesn't register. The wind in the trees doesn't register. But a floorboard that cacks in the wrong pattern, a door handle that turns with a different cadence than usual. These cut through everything. You sleep deeply, completely safely because somewhere in your nervous system beneath the level of conscious thought, you know the early warning system is on. Your dog has taken the burden of vigilance off your shoulders so you can rest in a way that would have been impossible for your ancient ancestors sleeping alone in the dark. 7. For anxious minds, they are an anchor to reality. For people who live with nighttime anxiety, who know the specific cruelty of a brain that refuses to stand down when the lights go out, a dog's presence does something that no amount of rational thinking can quite achieve. Their weight is the key. The pressure of a dog leaning against a chest or resting across a person's legs triggers what therapists call deep pressure stimulation. It tells the nervous system not in words, not in logic, but in the oldest possible language, you are not alone. You are held. You are safe. Cortisol drops. Dopamine rises. The runaway brain finds a rhythm to follow the slow, steady, completely unworried breathing of an animal that has decided right now in this moment, everything is fine. 8. They know your body better than your doctor does. After months of sleeping together, your dog has built a model of your biology so precise it would make a physician envious. They know the cadence of your deep sleep breathing versus your light sleep breathing. They know the specific movements you make 20 seconds before you wake. They know what your normal is, which means they know immediately and precisely when something deviates from it, if your breathing changes in the night, if your temperature spikes. If you begin to move with the restlessness of approaching illness, your dog knows before you do. Their sudden restlessness, their unusual clinginess, their insistence on pressing against a particular part of your body. These are not random. They are reports from an observer who has been paying attention to you with a devotion no medical instrument can replicate. 9. They fall asleep believing this might be the last time. This is the one that asks something of you. Dogs do not plan for tomorrow. They do not assume tomorrow exists. They live completely without reservation in the only moment they can be certain of, which is this one. When your dog settles beside you at night and fixes you with that long quiet look before closing their eyes, they are not thinking about the walk tomorrow or the food in the morning. They are simply here with you fully, giving everything they have to this particular moment because it is the only moment they are certain of. Every night is complete in itself. Every night is chosen. Every night they climb up beside you and decide again freely, totally, that there is nowhere else they would rather be when the world goes dark. That is not affection. That is devotion in its purest, most uncomplicated form. 10. They are rewriting what your bedroom means to your brain. Our brains are deeply associative. A bedroom used for stress, for screens, for lying awake. Cataloging worries becomes neurologically coded as a high anxiety space. The place meant for rest becomes the place where rest is hardest to find. A dog dismantles this slowly and without effort. Their contentment is contagious. Their relaxed body language, their size. The warm weight of them, all of it speaks to your nervous system in a language older than thought. Night after night, their presence recodes the space. The bedroom stops being where your worries gather and starts becoming genuinely and biologically a place of safety. They don't do this on purpose. They do it simply by being what they are, completely, enviably, magnificently at peace. 11. Even unconscious, you are healing each other. The last secret is perhaps the most extraordinary. When you reach out in your sleep and your hand finds your dog's fur, your brain releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone. Your dog receiving the touch releases oxytocin in return. This chemical exchange creates a loop running quietly through the night, healing both of you in ways neither of you is aware of. You wake up softer, more resilient, less alone in that particular way that lives below language and logic. And so does your dog. It is the final proof, if any more were needed, that this is not a relationship of owner and pet. It is a partnership, ancient, reciprocal, and quietly miraculous. Two entirely different species tangled together in the dark. Each one making the other's world a little safer simply by being present in it. The next time your dog climbs into bed and curls against you, pause for just a moment before you drift off. You are being protected. You are being monitored. You are being chosen again tonight, the same as every night, by a creature who asks for nothing in return except the warmth. Thanks for watching, and like, subscribe and share please.